Hello, and you're very welcome to another episode of Fox Country. On today's show, I'll be talking to Paul Molloy from Gorey in Wexford. But before that, let's have a look at a video from Jason Travers. I had a beautiful time.
We met downtown in a barroom. Needing a friend. You brought me home to your doorstep. It was there you invited me in. We spent the wee hours dancing to your favorite ride home stereo sounds. We talked about what we've been needing, discussing our and our downs, and I've had a beautiful time holding your heart next to mine. You poured out your feelings and I poured the wine, and I've had a beautiful time. Uneasy, you really have sized me up right. There's somebody home still up waiting. She's probably been waiting up all night. Well, I can't say I found any answers, but you listen while I rattled on. And you are a beautiful lady, and you kept me from being alone. And I've had a beautiful time holding your heart next to mine. You poured out your feelings and I poured the wine, and I've had a beautiful time. Yes, I've had a beautiful time holding your heart next to mine. We poured out the feelings, then we poured the wine, and I've had a beautiful time. We poured out the feelings, then we poured the wine, and I've had a beautiful time.
Paul, you're very welcome to Fox Country.
Thank you very much.
Good to have you with us.
Pleasure.
And you've travelled all the way from Gorey in Wexford to be with us today.
That's right. A nice little spin.
Yeah, I'm sure. A nice day for it as well.
It wasn't too bad.
Yeah. Well, Paul, you've been on the Irish country music scene for, I think, from the 80s, is that right?
Yeah, I started in
yeah. Would you
the
like
late
to
80s.
Yeah.
I was only probably about 11 or 12.
You started young.
Oh, I started.
Yeah.
When I started, the guitar was too. I used to play the bass guitar when I started.
Right.
And the guitar was too heavy, so I had to sit on a stool.
Yeah. So you were obviously in a band, were you, at that
myself
stage?
and my father, yes.
Oh, you were, right.
A two-piece band, country and western, obviously.
Of course, yeah.
All types of music, as I say, country and western. Yeah, but we used to play around the pubs in Wexford, and you know, surrounding like Carlow, Kilkenny.
Yeah.
We venture off there and play country and western. That's where I started.
Yeah.
I was basically, as you say, reared with country music.
Yeah.
My father is country to the core, and I started off with the likes, you know, listening to Slim Whitman, Murd Haggard,
yeah,
Willie Nelson, Waylon Jennings.
And of course, late 80s into the 90s, there was would have been a very vibrant music scene in in Ireland.
Yes.
But your
Yes.
part of the world, I'm sure.
Yes, and around that time as well, we moved to England, so we were playing around the pubs and all around London.
Oh, you moved to London, yeah.
So I done a few gigs and all over there.
Yeah.
Went to school over there, and still with the country as well. And branched into as I say, I went to school.
Yeah.
And we had a band in the school, so it was a school band, and it was more like funk and rock.
So about as far removed from country as you could get with.
Pretty much, but still at the same time, it wasn't extreme. It was kind of, you'd still have your lot of mainstays.
Yeah. And so you were playing around the London scene. Was that around the pub scene or
around the pubs? Yeah, it was the majority
North
of what
London, West London, East
North
London,
London, West London. Yeah, all around the spinning wheels and places like that.
Yeah.
Good few Irish clubs.
Yeah.
And came back to Ireland then and done a bit more playing, and then for a time I left the music scene and I got a job in a factory, so I was there for a good few years.
You got the day job, in other words.
I had to get the day job in order to get the mortgage.
Yeah.
Get the mortgage and get the house. I got the day job, and kind of the country scene was quiet. You know, you'd probably have one night a week, maybe 2 nights a week. You know yourself, you're in the scene.
That's right. Yeah.
And it's very hard to keep a family on 1 or 2 nights a week. So I got the day job, got the mortgage. Country, the music.
You had a hankering to get involved again. Yeah. It was in the blood.
It's like motorbikes.
Yeah.
Either you love it or you hate it, and if it's in your blood, it's in your blood. It's always going to come back to you.
Yeah.
So I came back on the music scene then.
Did you come back as part of a band, or did you come back solo?
Back solo. I came back. There was a niche around Wexford for karaoke.
Right.
So I got into the karaoke scene and was getting out a good few nights a week with that. But still, you love singing yourself. You love playing the guitar.
Yeah.
So always you'd be wanting to go and play and get up there, sing live music, as you say. So as much as I could of that, I do as well.
Yeah.
And there was a bit of a need for wedding DJs.
Right.
So basically a jack of all trades.
So you're covering a spectrum there.
Yeah, whatever's been in it, I've done it basically. From the 2-piece, the 5 and the 6-piece over in London.
Right.
Back to the 2-piece with my father.
Yes. So you're very adaptable, very flexible.
Yeah, pop, country, bit of funk, bit of jazz.
So through all of it, you were getting a fairly good experience on the music scene, weren't you?
Yes, absolutely. It's a fabulous place to be. Especially, as you say, if it's in your core.
That's right.
It doesn't matter what is going on in your life. You could be getting hardship, jobs, whatever. But as soon as you get up there and you sing a song and you play, everything is just gone. Yeah.
And once you're getting the response from your audience, you think, I must be getting this right.
Yes, that's nice when you do get the response. But you know yourself, then a lot of pubs say, do you know anything modern?
Yeah.
And you're like,
I always have a philosophy, maybe that's not the right word. If you can please most of the people, most of the time, it's not too bad.
Exactly.
So you're playing as a one-man band. It's not an expression I really like, but
a solo artist.
Solo artist.
A solo artist.
Yeah. Do you play guitar, is it? Or?
I play the guitar, yes. I love my guitars. Santi was very good to me this year. He brought me an American Telecaster Deluxe.
Oh, very nice.
So it's actually the guitar. It's on the stage in the video. I had to even bring it with me to just have it there. But I love my guitars. My first guitar was a Japanese Strat. It was the Squier Strat. Yeah. It was a 1986 Japanese one. Yeah. And I've had it ever since.
Actually, my first one was a Tokai Strat. Yes. I think it was a copy of
Tokai. Yes. Yeah, I know the make. Yeah. They're lovely guitars. I find the Strat just very easy play. You know, with your C-shaped neck and all. It's absolutely. It's just. Yeah. And I find I've 4 guitars at a minute. You can never have too many guitars, can you?
Absolutely not. Now, tell us about your recording. You've gone into the studio and
I have, yes.
You've recorded a few singles. And,
that's correct, yes.
Do you enjoy recording?
I loved it.
Yeah.
The first day I went in, first real day in a proper studio, I was very nervous. But once you settled into it after a few minutes, I went to the Greenfield studio in Headford
with Gerald.
With Gerald Donoghue, who's a pure gentleman now, and he basically made you very relaxed very quick, and he's able to get the best out of you. And then once the music and all was done, came back, sang the songs, and just absolutely loved the whole experience. Yeah. It's just a fabulous place to be, and he's a true professional. Like.
It's a great experience to see how the track is actually put together, isn't it? From a basic guide track, I suppose,
yes,
to the finished product.
Absolutely, it's not at all what I expected. I thought it was you go in there, you get your whiskey or whatever. This is party scene.
Yeah,
you see it on the programs, on the
you
films.
do it in one take.
You go and you do it in one take, and it's not you break down a song and you get your different sections. It's a fabulous experience, and you get more of an insight into the song. You actually.
Yeah. And of course, it's not just about the singing, the quality of the voice. It's about the musical arrangement as well, isn't
Absolutely.
it? And how the whole thing is constructed.
Absolutely, there's an awful lot behind the scenes that you don't. You'll see your 2-3 minute video on the television. Oh, that's great, but you don't see the work that's gone into
right,
it.
Yeah.
Even for myself, like there would have been about 2 years before they even got to the stage of contacting Gerald.
Yeah.
Though you'd be practicing your singing, I took lessons to try and improve, breathing and stuff, like when you're trying to breathe.
Course,
I found before you'd be trying to finish off a phrase and you'd be just running out of puff. Where when you get
you needed more wind.
You need more wind, yeah. And it's not usually I'm told I'm short of wind. I'm always told I'm full of hot air and wind. But yeah, it's even just getting techniques for actually delivering the song.
Yes.
Where before, when I was on the pub scene, you'd sing a song, but you wouldn't be singing it properly, if you know what I mean. You're not understanding what your song is.
Yeah.
And you're not being able to deliver properly when you don't actually sit back. I found in the studio, you literally took every line and every.
You're actually interpreting the song differently, aren't you?
You are, yes. Once you really get into, I suppose, the next level of singing, you have to be a very good storyteller.
Yeah.
And that's what you're doing, and you make it personal. You identify with parts of the song yourself, and you try and deliver it that way.
Yeah. Songwriting, is that something you've attempted, or
I have actually.
You have.
I have actually. I wrote one song. I've often tried to write songs and all, but it never happened.
And what would be your technique for sitting down and writing a song? If you
what
do sit down.
What actually happened? I have the guitar in the corner of the kitchen, and I walk in the house. Hello, darling, I'm home. I pick up the guitar and start singing a song. Sometimes it drives her mad. Other times she puts up with me. But I was actually sitting down in the corner of the kitchen playing the song, just strumming away, and I just started strumming a few chords, and I was actually singing the song "Stand By Me." So I was in B, but I had the capo on, so I was in the G shape, and I was just strumming and going from G to C to D,
the regular chords,
as you do, and I just started singing, sitting in the corner strumming my songs, and she was pottering around the kitchen singing along, humming along to the chords. And the kids were playing down the hall, so that's the first part of the song. I'm sitting in the corner strumming my songs, watching you potter as you sing along. So it's a song called "I'm Home." And
songwriting, would you envisage writing something to go into the studio and record?
Well, I'm hoping for my next session in the studio to be able to put. You kind of tend to record 4 songs in a row. Well, that's what's kind of working for through Gerald. What works. So the next set of 4, I'm hoping to have "I'm Home" on it.
Sounds to me like you're working up to an album at this stage.
It would be nice.
Is that something you'd like to produce maybe in the next year or so?
I'd love to produce an album, but maybe not all my own songs at the minute.
Of course,
one song in 5 years. I'll be a long time. Again, I have all my own material. But I'd love to do a full album. My ambition at the moment is basically to get out with a band, and get out on the country scene, because there's a beautiful dancing scene out there. There's social dancing. It's a fabulous
social
place to be.
dancing has come back really
It's
big time,
brilliant.
hasn't it?
Though I've been out to a few. When you have the night off the weekend, which is very rare, thank God.
It happens now and
It
again.
happens every now and again. You don't really have a social life. But actually, it was Jimmy Buckley. He was playing in the Riverside in Enniscorthy, and I went to see him. And he just put on a fabulous show. And you look in there, and you've like a 6-piece band. You have the whole light, and you have the whole rig, and you're going, that's what I want.
That's for me.
That's for me. And I went to the Southeast Country Festival before that, and you had Michael English, Robert Mazzell, Lee Matthews, Nathan Carter, and it's like, I knew beforehand that's what I wanted and that's what I was gearing
Yeah.
up for, but then that kind of lit the fire, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And it says, right,
So that's the aspiration.
right, let's get this show on the road,
Yeah.
for want of a better way of saying it.
Yeah.
The next stage now is, as the song is released there, it went up on Facebook.
Mm.
When first I was just sitting there on the laptop, I was ready to just press enter and press play and upload, and the nerves, you know, butterflies and all, and this is great, and here we go. I clicked on it and it just took off on Facebook.
Yeah. Are you getting many hits on Facebook?
To date, I'm around 22,000 views on Facebook,
bad.
which is
That's phenomenal.
for me. I know you see other artists and have like hundreds of thousands in it, but 22,000 and not one negative comeback. Everything was 100% positive. I started off the Facebook page, Paul Malloy Music, and hopefully we're getting a bit of follow. I've about 450 people following it so far. So that's only in like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So it's only begun. And the video was shared all over the place, and somebody sent it into Ellen DeGeneres. So it's put up onto Ellen Nation. And there's about 1,500 views on Ellen Nation, so fingers crossed it'll keep going. We might head off to the Ellen show.
Things are really starting to take off.
It's fabulous. Thank you to yourself. You were playing it on your radio station.
That's right.
I appreciate that. And Southeast Radio, Tony Kehoe, he's playing it, and after the first week, it got into the top 10. So far, it's top 10 and came in at number 9. So I'm telling everybody home, keep ringing Tony, keep ringing Tony.
Yeah.
And we'll try and keep it going, try and get a number 1. The fabulous debut single, number 1 hit.
Well, you have the song, you have the video of the song. I think we should have a look at it. Would you like to introduce the video to our viewers?
Absolutely, absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy my debut single, Heartbroke.
Direction of impending goodbyes. I'm falling, I'm folded, I'm welded in place. At the side of you standing with streaks down your face. You got your heart broke, you're running from the reason. Got your heart broke, don't give up believing in me. Heart broke, who kept me from leaving with my heart broke? When you're rich is a bore when you're lonely. Sheer madness prevails upon reason to yield. But all is not lost, it is only mistaken. A small consolation, but I know just how you feel. You got your heart broke, you're running from the reason. Got your heart broke, don't give up believing in me. Heart broke, who kept me from leaving with my heart broke? Well, nobody said it was gonna be easy. We all have our weak sides that need a soft, good touch. And nobody said that it would not be worth it. The human condition continues as such. You got your heart broke, you're running from the reason. Got your heart broke, don't give up believing in me. Heart broke, who kept me from leaving with my heart broke? You kept me from leaving with my heart broke. With my heart broke, with my heart broke. You got your heart broke.
Well, Paul, that was a very enjoyable video there.
Thank you very much, Michael. Thank
well
you.
put together. Now, you're actively involved in the country scene. You're keen to get more involved in the dancing scene.
Absolutely, yes.
Where do you think it's all going?
I think it's absolutely fabulous. From the shows I've went to see, a few years ago it would have been like your middle-aged generation, your quick steps, your foxtrots, your waltzes and stuff, and then the jiving is just have to come back with a slap. The shows I've seen is 20-year-olds. And their shirts, they have to go and change their shirt in the middle of a night because they're up, they're dancing and they're jiving that much. I think it's a fabulous, vibrant scene that's coming in. And it's a joy to be in. It's a pleasure, and I'm hoping to keep going into it now myself, so please God it will happen. Yeah.
It's the jiving that's really taken off.
The jiving.
Isn't it?
Yes.
Although the younger people, they're going getting their dance lessons, aren't they? They're learning the waltzes and the quick steps and the foxtrots, but it's the jiving that really
and
gets them out there.
There's so many different varieties of jive.
There is,
There's so many different
Some of the couples have really worked out their own jiving style.
Really, they really
jiving
have,
technique.
Like there could be
it's precise precision.
It really
isn't it?
is, People need to have basically a space cleared for themselves on the floor, and you could have 4 couples in a row, and they're all dancing the same jive, but it's all different interpretations of it, and you would spend the night just watching them.
Yes.
I'll have to learn myself as well. I wouldn't be the best. I can do an old time waltz, and I can be swing a bit, but I'm only an amateur compared to all these young people coming out onto the scene now.
Maybe it might be safer to stay up your side of the microphone.
It might be safer for me. I probably look better. I think after a few drinks I'd be John Travolta and Night Fever.
Yeah, you'll be doing all
in reality, it's not the best though.
Yes, there was an expression once in the days of the show bands, send them home sweating.
Yes.
And I think that's what the bands are doing now at the dance.
It truly has come back around to send them home sweating. Yeah. You just see the steam of these young lads and they're going up and they're getting their pint of water.
And it's not pints.
Yeah, it's fabulous because it's not a drinking scene even.
Yeah.
You'd very rarely see somebody falling around the place. Yeah. Don't when you were going to the nightclubs, it's just people falling around the place. You're crushed. You don't have that relaxed feeling. But if you go to a dance, you will talk to anybody. Yeah. Anybody will talk to you. There's no aggression. Yeah. There's no drunk people just falling all over you.
Different environment altogether.
Absolutely. Fabulous environment to be in. And long may it last.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So. And hopefully we get people come to the Paul Malloy show and
you'll be sending them home sweating.
With luck, yes. We have the band. We're just setting up the band now to get on. We were actually just talking there last night and it looks like we have most things that we're just arranging programs now for the dancing and get plenty of jives in there and definitely the old time waltzes as well. So over the next couple of months, please God, we'll be away.
Well, Paul, we're absolutely delighted that you could take time out to come and see us today on Fox Country. I've enjoyed my chat with you, and can I wish you and the band every success in the future. I'm sure you're going to be really sending them home sweating.
That would be fabulous. Thank you very much, It's an absolute pleasure talking to you.
Yeah.
So
Thanks again, Paul.
Hopefully we'll meet again and talk again.
All the best.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
And my thanks again to Paul for joining me on today's show and to you for watching. On next week's show, I will have as my guest Alana Quinn, so I hope that you can join me for that one. Until then, slán.